In this video, I want to go over whether or not you should run your assisted living facility remotely. So I want to give you my feedback on running your first assisted living facility outside of your local market. And I think, some people may disagree. But if you haven't met already, my name is James Ramos. My family and I have been running and operating assisted living facilities for over 40 years. So if you want to learn how to open up your first assisted living facility, make sure to book a free consultation at startmyalf.com. That's startmyalf.com. So I want to give you my personal feedback on running your first assisted living facility outside of your city or out of your state. And again, this is my personal feedback, and mention that I emphasize first, your first assisted living facility, you should run it in your local market. The reason being is, first and foremost, you probably never opened up a assisted living facility before, so meaning that you don't necessarily know the day-to-day operations. So it's going to be virtually impossible for you to run your first assisted living facility outside of your local city or outside your state, because you just don't know the day-to-day in and out operations of the business. And don't get me wrong, after your first assisted living facility, you're going to be able to branch out in other states or even other cities in your local market. So let me give you an example. When we first got started, we started our first assisted living facility in California. And because it was our first assisted living facility, obviously we went through all the bumps and bruises over 40 years ago. And from there, after a year or two of running a successful business locally, we decided to expand outside of California into Arizona. So that's why we opened up our first assisted living facility in our local area, because we didn't know the day-to-day operations. And obviously we had to go to the house and help out and things of that nature. It wasn't fully hands-off on our part. And obviously our overall long-term vision was to run the business more hands-off, because we wanted to work on the business, not necessarily in the business. But just to let you know, when you do open up your first assisted living facility, you're gonna be hands-on. You're gonna be in the house helping out and things of that nature, because you don't wanna hire unnecessary workers, and now it's gonna dig into your overall margins. Maybe you or your husband or your wife or boyfriend or girlfriend can help assist in the day-to-day operations, because this is going to be your first one. And the great thing is, you want to go through all the bumps and bruises yourself, so when you are ready to scale to open up your second, third, and fourth one, you'll know exactly what to look out for, because you've already opened one up personally yourself. And don't get me wrong, after you've opened up your first assisted living facility, you fill it up and now it's running on autopilot. Now you're going to have the ability to actually look outside of your local market, maybe in another state or maybe a further city, because maybe the home's a little bit cheaper. But my suggestion to you, especially if it's your first assisted living facility, make sure that you open it up nearby, because it is going to require your time and effort. Unless you're just going to be an investor and somebody else is running the whole entire business for you, then that's a different topic, that's a different video. But if you're going to be the operator of the business, it's really wise for you to make sure that you open the business in your local market, because there are other trainers and people out there that may be ahead of you, meaning they may have their second, third, fourth, even fifth home, and they're probably telling you, hey, you know what, you can run this business remotely. Yes, you can, but not your first assisted living facility. So if you want to dive in deeper and you have questions on how you can open up your first assisted living facility, make sure to book a free consultation at startmyalf.com. That's startmyalf.com. Other than that, have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.